Hey y'all, Chef Sarah, and I'm back with another egg recipe, and today we're going to make hollandaise. Hey!
Hollandaise sauce, take 1.
Hollandaise, named after the days you spent in Holland as a child. Hollandaise, I don't know what that is. So hollandaise is like one of those really cool mother sauces that, like, when I say mother sauces, I mean like one of the 5 sauces of the French sauces. What I love about this is that you can take this sauce, once you just get the base part of it down, and you can make so many other things. So what we need to start with is we have a double boil over here, so there's water in here, but not enough water that when I put my bowl on there, it's gonna touch. Over here I've got some butter. So this is a little trick that I learned. So what I did is I melt butter. I just put it in a quart container, melt it, let it sit out. And then you can take that quart container, after the butter's melted, you just pop it in the fridge, and all of your milk solids will separate from it. So this is all of the part that you don't want in there. You just want the ghee, just the clarified butter. So you can then just wipe that all off, and you've got perfect clarified butter without having to skim the top or do any really extra work to it. You can also make it like the very traditional way. I don't mind if there's a little bit of milk solids in my butter, because I feel like it helps to make everything in the emulsion more stable, because we've got to find that perfect mix of protein and fat, and we need a little bit of water and a little bit of juice to hold everything together. So we're gonna start by cracking our eggs. So I've got 5 eggs here. I like a real eggy hollandaise. Whoop. So I'm gonna crack them into a bowl. Separate from the bowl I'm gonna cook them in, because I only want the yolks. Now this is the way that I prefer to separate eggs. There's a million ways to separate eggs, just like there's a million ways to boil them. If you're making like a cake, you're making aioli, you're making anything where you need to separate a lot of egg yolks from the whites, this is a great way to do it. So just reach into that bowl like that. You can reach in there and grab the egg yolk out. What that makes sure of is that you don't get any white in there, and also that you don't have any shell. So like if you were to crack these and get a little bit of shell in here, it's not a big problem. Oh, we almost got a buster. We're good, saved it. This whisk is too small. It's too small, ding, 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 ding. No good. This whisk, is too big. So not only is this whisk too big, these pieces are so thick, you are gonna have to work. And your hand's all the way out here, so I mean, you're really gonna have to work. What we want is called a piano wire whisk. So the pieces of metal on this one are too big. This is the Goldilocks of whisk. Goldilocks, is it Goldilocks? Was Goldilocks the right bear, or was Goldilocks the little girl who came into the house? This is the just right whisk. So the pieces of metal are thin. There's more of them here, and we're not gonna have to work so super hard. So this is the right whisk. So what we need to add to our egg yolks right now is a little bit of lemon juice. That lemon juice is gonna do 2 things. It's gonna help with the coagulation of the yolk, so it's gonna keep them from scrambling immediately. It's also gonna season it, right? We're also gonna put a good big pinch of salt in there. Now don't put that salt in there and then walk away, because it will start to cure the yolks and it will give it like a skin on there. So this is gonna now go on here, and you gotta whisk. You gotta do it. You can totally turn it on its side, because they all kind of like get in the corner right there, and it makes them a little bit easier to work with. So that is why, starting with room temperature eggs, make sure that they're all the same, even temperature. Starting with getting them all kind of here on the side. That's another thing that'll help with that. And then make sure you're getting the edges of the bowl, because whoops, see right there? Got a little bit of scramble. If it starts to set up and coagulate, take it off the heat and whisk it. put it back on. I'm actually just gonna turn my heat off because my eggs are almost there. Okay, so I'm feeling good about this. It's super thick. That means the yolks are cooked. I'm going to make with my wet towel a little place that's gonna kind of hold my bowl because I'm gonna have to pour oil with one hand and whisk with the other hand. So I need something to hold it and make it stable. So you can see how that has like that really kind of thick consistency. All right, so let's make some hollandaise. Start by adding just a little bit. Make sure it gets fully incorporated in before you add more. A little bit more. So the trick is to make sure that it incorporates. You can see right here, see where it looks like the oil is not emulsifying in, it's not going? You need to make sure that that all gets emulsified in before you move on to the next step. So now it's all in, you add a little more butter. Maybe not that much, but you know, it's cool. Because I'm gonna be able to whisk it in. And again, if you feel like it's setting up, just a few drops of water. I'm so weak. Who's good at whisking with their left hand? This bitch. Can you see? See how thick it's getting? Once it starts to get really thick, you need a little bit of water in there. Did you know that I actually play pool left-handed? I can swing a golf club with both hands, a baseball bat. I can't write with my left. I mean, I can write, it just doesn't look good. It's not legible. So good. We still got more oil to add though. Make sure that you check your seasoning about halfway through adding your oil. If you don't and you get to the very, very end, remember salt is not fat soluble and we've added all this fat in here. So it's gonna be hard to get the salt to dissolve. And sometimes it gets a little grainy looking. Keep going. Make sure you get high on those sides up there. Just do a little bit of this bad boy. And the hot water, also make sure that the butter isn't like setting up and getting really cold and seizing. Oh, that's where we're looking at. Let's go a little bit more. So see, I'm kind of down here to the milk solids. I usually wait to add those because they are liquidy. They're like adding butter. Make sure you get the sides. That, my friends, is simple, easy, delicious hollandaise. So let me show you guys what this looks like on a plate. It has a really nice, see how perfectly smooth it is? Don't you want to eat a steak with some asparagus and béarnaise sauce and just cover that thing in this? Or maybe like eggs benedict. That's your egg benedict sauce. Egg you later, hollandaise you later. Catch you on the flip side. Hollandaise. See you guys soon. Bye.